Hi, I'm Brian Marsh, your potential coach. Afraid of failing before you even start? I've got some tips that will help you. Let's get started today. Thanks for joining me. So, if you're afraid of failing before you even start, let's think about changing your mindset wiring. And here's what I mean. Most people assign a level of difficulty to a task before they even begin that task. Let me encourage you to not do that. You've already psyched yourself out, so to speak. I am going to suggest to you that the way that you change your mindset around the topic is looking at the project and visualizing your success in the project. Whatever that project might be, visualize your success first. But please, don't assign a level of difficulty to the task before you even start. Here is what I mean when I suggest to you not to assign a level of difficulty to the project before it even begins. Everyone in approaching a project, even myself, should break the project down into the sum of its parts as opposed to continuing to look at it as a whole. Let me give you my personal testimony here. I'm currently writing a book. I hope you all buy it. Now, in writing this book, this has been one of the most difficult journeys of my life. I've never written a book before. It will be the very first book of many, hopefully, that I've written. Now, my point is, I knew nothing about writing a book, but because I have an accountability coach, I learned how to break that task down into multiple smaller bite-sized parts. Now, looking at writing a book as a whole paralyzed me. But now that I'm focusing on individual parts to writing that book, it's far more palatable for me and I can bear it now. I encourage each and every one of you to do the very same thing. So if you are having a fear of failing before you even start, look at what it is you have to do and break it into different, smaller, bite-sized parts. That will help you move forward. That will also help you fight the urge to procrastinate. The next thing that I want you to remember is you have to not focus on the fear of failure. You have to focus on the potential for success. I go back to my example of writing the book. Now, I've broken it down into small bite-sized parts that I can manage, but I still have the mental image that no one is going to buy it. I've got to change that mindset. Now that the book is written, I have to see that book as being sold. You have to see the success of your project, whatever that project is. Now that you've broken it down into bite-sized parts, see it successfully. Visualize your success and move forward from there. As we think about success, we have to define success. What does it look like in every situation? I continue to talk about my book. Success for me could be selling 1 million copies and being a New York Times bestseller. That would absolutely define success. But by the same token, wouldn't it define success to me if I just finished the book and got it published? Wouldn't that be success? I did something that I'd never done before. I started and finished a book. Think about that in your own situation. Success could be lofty for a lot of individuals and for a lot of situations, but my point is, success doesn't have to be up here. Success could be right here in front of you. Keep everything in perspective. Now, the final point that we'll talk about is overcoming internal conflicts. We all have them. I've been talking about the book in this video. I've certainly had internal conflicts, but the internal conflicts that matter the most are the internal conflicts that you give the most voice to. Who are you listening to? Who's talking to you about whatever it is you're working on? Who are you getting advice from? Who's influencing your behavior, your movements? Who's influencing your decisions? You need to put a frame around that, and you need to understand that the people that you give voice to in your life will either lead you forward or keep you stuck. Oftentimes, those voices may even reverse you, put you in a reverse motion. So it's really important that you understand what and who is influencing you as you move forward. Fortunately, I have a number of different accountability partners in my life. Those voices are influencing my success. I encourage you to take stock of those voices and people in your life and ensure that those voices and those people are bringing you to a place of success in your life. Make sure that their intention is to move you forward. This is Brian Marsh, your potential coach. For more information, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. See you next time.